Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video, I've got a new makeup try-on for you. This is not going to be a full face, it's just like 3 or 4 items that I have been wanting to try for a while, and so I purchased them and thought we'd just give them a go today. So the makeup we're going to try on this video is the Caliray Free Dreaming Skin Tint. Been looking at this for a while and have high hopes for it. I also have the Beauty Counter Skin Twin Creamy Concealer to try, Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten, and I have this beautiful MAC eyeshadow palette. This is the Connect in Color palette in the Unfiltered Nudes. So those are the new products that we're going to try today. It is a really snowy, gloomy day outside, so we won't get a sunshine test on the foundation, but I will show it to you in natural gloomy light. And I guess if I like it enough, I'll put it on again tomorrow when it is supposed to be sunny, and I'll work that in, and we'll also do an all-day wear test on it. So right now it's noon, getting kind of a late start. I have a meeting at 1, so I have to get this makeup on and get a move on here. As usual, to try on new makeup, I have on my sunscreen already, and I have on a lip gloss just to keep my lips hydrated while I put on the makeup. My sunscreen today is Undefined R&R. It's an SPF 50. It's a tinted mineral sunscreen that's very moisturizing, and it has a nice dewy finish. And on my lips I have Buxom Lip Plumper in Mudslide. All right, so for the foundation today, I'm going to try Caliray Free Dreaming Skin Wellness Diffusing Tint, and I picked this up in the shade 4. It comes out pretty fast, a little bit of that on the back of my hand. I feel like putting it on with a sponge might absorb too much of it because it is a skin tint. So let's go ahead and pop it on over here. I think I'm going to use a brush. So I'm going to use my BK 101 brush, and I'm just going to stipple it on. I don't really want to drag it too much because, as I said, I feel like it's going to be a pretty sheer skin tint, which is kind of what I want for today. You know, it's a snowy day. Most businesses are closed here in the area for the storm, and so I'm just going to be staying home recording and doing like a Zoom call in about an hour. So I don't really need to have on a ton of makeup, but I do want to look just a little bit more put together than I do when I don't wear any makeup. That looks really pretty on the skin. It looks very skin-like. It's got a nice soft glow. It's not super shiny and luminous, but it is giving me that light reflectiveness that makes skin look so juicy and youthful. So I love that about it. It is definitely giving me a little bit of coverage. If we compare this side to this side, you can see it's definitely covering up redness here on my nose and just evening out my skin tone. So far so good with it. I really like how it looks. Let me show it to you up close and personal. All right, so here's the side with the Caliray, and here is the side without. So far so good. I like it. Let me go ahead and finish up the other side. And I feel like it is a little bit buildable. You saw me build it up a little bit here where the first coat, a little bit of my redness was showing through, so I added a little more there, and it seemed to build pretty well. Yeah, so same thoughts as before. I think it looks really nice, really natural. All right, next let's go in with the Beauty Counter Concealer. I have this in the shade Light 2. It's pretty packaging. I love the shape of this bottle. So let me go ahead and pop that on. Ooh, this feels pretty creamy, pretty emollient. Let me do one side first. I, of course, am going to use my A506 Kitten Paw Concealer Brush. And I mainly put the tiniest amount at the inner corner, and then I spread that along underneath my eye. Because I don't really want a lot of concealer out here where my wrinkles are. That doesn't look bad. It definitely gave me some coverage just to compare the before to the after. You can see this like purpley bluish discolorations under here, not covered. The coverage is pretty nice. I can't say it's the smoothest looking concealer I've ever used, but it's not bad either, and it is definitely giving me really good coverage with just a tiny bit of concealer. I'm just going to put a little bit more to see if it will cover more smoothly if I use a little bit more of it. This definitely blends really quickly, really easily. Oh yeah, it's definitely giving me smoother coverage with just adding a tiny bit more under here than I did originally. So I'm just going to give a little bit more to this side I'm going to use my usual setting powder, which is the NYX Matte Mineral Powder. I'm just going to set my under eye and down my T-zone. I like the look of this foundation, but it is a little bit dewy right in here and right in here. So I do like to set it just to keep my pores from being too accentuated. All right, we're gonna go in with the blush. It is the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten in Pink Buttercream. And I'm gonna use my A507 brush. So just gonna pop that on. Ooh, that's a strong blush. Whoops. I thought it was gonna be a little bit lighter and less pigmented. It's a pretty color. It seems like it's maybe a little bit dark for me, a little bit ruddy. I feel like I went a little too heavy-handed with the blush. It definitely has a bit of a sheen to it. You can see it doesn't really need highlighter or anything. Where my crow's foot is, it kind of skipped over that. I guess I was smiling when I put it on, and so there's like a little break in it there. So it's okay. All right, let's go in with the MAC palette. For my lid primer, I'm going to use NYX Ultimate Lid Primer. It's a new fave this year. Just talked about it in my best makeup of 2023 video. If you missed that one, I can link it for you right up here. There were a lot of good new drugstore faves. Okay, let me give that a second to set. All right, I'm going to use my A501 All Over Lid Shader. I'm going to go in with the lightest color in the palette. This is a really nice base color. It's very neutral. For my crease, I'm going to go in with my A502 brush and this shade here in this corner. I'm just going to go in at the outer corner just to define my crease. Since we're keeping it kind of light today, I'm not going to go with the super dark shade in the palette. I'm just going to go with this one over here and just accentuate the outer corner and just blend that in so there's no harsh lines, but you still get that little uplift at the corner. This palette does have so many pretty shimmers. I think I'll go ahead and use this pinky peachy neutral here on the center of the lid and then in towards the corner of my eye. All right, and that'll be our eyeshadow for today. I mean, I feel like with this palette, you could do so many different looks. It's a very pretty neutral palette. So let me just go ahead and do my eyeliner. NYX Epic Wear pencil in Gunmetal Gaze. For lower waterline, I'm going to use my Sephora 12-Hour Colorful Liner in Fresh Mint. And for my mascara, I'm going to use Caliray Come Hell or High Water. It's a very liquidy formula because it's a tubing mascara and the brush picks up a lot. So I just rub the brush on the inside of the cap. I love this mascara because it curls my lashes, it gives me volume and length, but yet they look really silky and really pretty. And for the lippy today, I'm going to use the Lawless Forget the Filler in Posy. And this is just a really great like lip balm with color in it. And it's supposed to be a little plumping and it's a beautiful color. It's very hydrating. It lasts on the lips. It doesn't run up into my lip wrinkles. So I really like that product. All right, so that's the finished face for today. Just a quick little makeup try on. All right, so just looking around my face, I think it looks good. I'm not completely in love with this concealer, not completely in love with the blush. It's a little heavy-handed. I kind of wish I had used one of the other blushes because they also did send these nice cream cheek tints, so I kind of wish I had used one of those instead. But if I put it on again tomorrow to do the sunshine test, I'll try one of these then as well. Let's take a look at it up close. I think there's a little settling of the foundation right in there, a little bit right in there. Other than that, I don't see any creasing, none in my forehead, wrinkles, none in my crow's feet. So far so good. The concealer is a tiny bit creased right under here, this little weird wrinkle right there. But otherwise it looks good. I'll see you back here in another 5 hours. Hey guys, I'm back. It is 5:20 and it's time for the 5-hour check-in on the makeup. And I just realized that I forgot to do the natural light look at it today. I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened. I finished recording. I took the dogs for their walk out in the snow. I ate lunch quick. I got on my call. That lasted till 2. And then I spent the afternoon trying to set up a new microphone here. You know, sometimes people make requests and they don't like my audio and my sound. When it's cold out, when my heat comes on, you hear this high-pitched whine when it blows. And unfortunately, I really can't hear it because otherwise I would just stop recording and come back and continue later. But I have tinnitus. Have I told you guys about my tinnitus? Anyway, So it's a high-pitched ringing in my ears constantly, and so when that's doing its high-pitched ringing, I can't really hear it. So what I've been doing is turning off the heat while I record. And then my house gets really cold, so I'm trying to solve that problem by installing this new mic. But that was a fail today, but I did just spend the last 3 hours trying to get this work, doing mic checks and installing it and using different cables. And I finally had to give up the ghost because now it's time to do the check-in. So let's take a look at the makeup. The Caliray Free Dreaming Skin Tint still looks really nice. It doesn't seem to be too worn off. It's a little more worn off on my chin and a little bit more up here on my forehead because I did have a hat on when I took the dogs out for a walk, and thus the hair being a little frizzy because, you know, it's snowing and raining and everything. So I didn't redo my hair to come back to see you guys. I feel like it looks very lightweight, very skin-like, very natural. I don't feel like it's settled in my wrinkles. On my forehead, it just looks slightly mottled. I mean, it certainly isn't getting shiny or anything. It's not moving around. It's not doing anything naughty. It looks nice and skin-like. I really think it's nice. The one thing that I don't like is the concealer. I feel like the concealer is very creased and very dry looking. So I'm not loving that. It's definitely creased up in all of my little wrinkles out here. This blush certainly is in place still after 5 hours. That did not budge. I'm not in love with it, but maybe if I got it in a different color, I would like it more. I just feel like this is a little too ruddy and a little too deep for me. So that's it for the 5-hour check-in. I'll be back to look at the whole thing again at 10 hours. I'll see you then. It's time for the 10-hour check-in on the makeup that we're trying today, and I gotta say it has really crashed and burned in the last 5 hours. Oh my goodness, and it's not like I've done anything. Looking at it, I'm not thrilled with 3 out of the 4 products that I tried. So the one thing that I really like from today's video is, of course, the MAC eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow is still in place and it's still perfect. I just wish that everything else around it were looking as good as the eyeshadow is. Beautiful palette, great quality with the MAC eyeshadows. As we know, wasn't loving the blush, but it definitely has stayed on. There's a few little like glitter flakes that I can see from it. As far as the stars of the show today, the Caliray Skin Tint and the Beauty Counter Concealer, both of these look terrible right now. All right, so it's really worn off in like not a good way. So it'd be one thing if it was just worn off and faded away, but it's so mottled and everything that it really, you can see that there was makeup there and now there's some, but not enough to do anything. It just looks bad, like over here by the sides of my nose and over there. My forehead, it just is really like mottled and not great looking. You can see the concealers, they're so dry feeling, so dry looking, and worn off in a really crusty and not attractive way. No fun, not liking it. I mean, maybe I would like it better if the concealer didn't look so bad, but can't say that I'm loving either of these things. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, hey you guys, I'm back. It is the next day. It's not gloomy here anymore. It's super bright and sunny, but freezing out. So I'm gonna take this outside and take a look at it. Didn't wanna bore you with me putting it on again. I did use fingers on one side of my face and I used a brush on the other. Didn't go on great with the fingers, a little bit smeary, sitting in the pores. I am using a different sunscreen today. Today I'm using my Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Airy Fit Sunscreen SPF 50. It's sitting in my wrinkles more and it was more smeary overall, but I think it looks okay. So I'm gonna wear it and put it through another wear test today. I'm gonna put on a little setting spray with it to maybe get it to wear a little longer. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This is the one that I find actually makes your makeup last longer, up to like 4 hours longer. In my experience with it. So let me go ahead and put that on and then I'm just going to go about my day. I have a ton of decluttering and wait, apparently I can't talk and spray at the same time. For the rest of the makeup today, I didn't use the Laura Geller powder blush. I used the Laura Geller stick blush. It's actually not a stick, it's their serum blush cheek tint and it has a little puffball applicator. This one is called Poppy Peach. This is really pretty, and I like this one so much better than the blush I had on yesterday. It gives so much life to the skin. It really looks very nice, and it was easy to apply with the little puffball applicator. I just basically pounced it on, blended it out with my A507 brush, and it looks great. For the under eye concealer, I'm not using the Beauty Counter concealer today. I'm using my Holy Grail Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear, and this is what I have on, and oh my goodness, don't my eyes look so much smoother and nicer than they did yesterday. I added a little bit of the e.l.f. Halo Glow Contour Wand in light medium and just contoured the edges of my face, down my nose. I am wearing the same eyeshadow palette today. I switched up the shades and just did more of a gray to go with, you know, another gray sweater today. So I used this one as the lightest shade, used this one in the crease, then went in with a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and then I used the gray shimmer on the movable part of the lid. I have a different lippy. It's the Anastasia lipstick. This one's in taupe beige, so that's a really pretty color. Love that one. But let's take a look at it up close, and then we'll go outside and do the sunshine. I don't know if my camera will be able to focus on it, if you can see it like through the blush, but it is settled in my pores and giving me little polka dot pores there on both sides, so fingers and brush side. It is settled in my wrinkle here today. And last thing is I didn't powder the entire thing today. I just powdered my under eyes, my upper lip, and a little bit on my chin. Let me grab the vlogging camera and we will bundle up and go outside. First, let's just do some natural window light. So I'm standing in front of a skylight, and here is what the Caliray skin tint looks like. All right, you guys, I found a little sunny corner. It's so icy out here. Hard to walk. Oh, I wanted to show you my booties. Oh my gosh, I love these so much. Got them for Christmas. And they have such good traction. Look at those grips. They're adorable. So here's the outdoor wear. I love this coat. This is the warmest coat I've ever gotten, and it's so perfect for this kind of weather. And I love also my little necker instead of a scarf. This really keeps me super warm. And then I was trying to show you these booties, and they are so, so comfortable and so warm. All right, hey guys, I'm back. It's time for the 5-hour check-in. It's 3:30, and you know, I think that this looks about the same as it did yesterday at this time. It's looking like a little dry around here, and it's definitely settled in wrinkles, and it's kind of fading away a little bit, like on my nose and my chin. So I think we're gonna have about the same result today as yesterday. Really not giving you any reasons to run out and buy Caliray Free Dreaming. Still feel about the same about it today as I did yesterday. Like the Say Slip Tint so much better. I gotta say, I do really like this second blush from Laura Geller. I think that's really pretty. I think it's in place still really well. And I think, you know, probably the big winner of the video is definitely this MAC palette. This is beautiful, and there's so many, like a couple of different looks that you can get out of here. All right, here's what it looks like up close. I mean, it's not terrible. It doesn't look, you know, bad. I think if I, you know, was out and about, nobody would be like, ah, your makeup, it's awful. I mean, it's fine. Over here, I just think it's not looking so good. So, other than that, I don't have a ton of complaints about it, but it's not love at first use. I'll come back for one more check-in. That'll be the 7-hour check-in. We'll see how it's doing then. All right, hey, I'm back for a 7-hour check-in this time. It's 5:30, and so I've just been trying to get my desk tidied up. I've actually made a dent in it. Looking at today's makeup, I am going to, finally put this review to bed and say that I don't really love the Caliray Free Dreaming skin tint. I finally got it right. Yay. Yeah, it just doesn't look good for long enough for me to even wear it for, you know, any day. And it's not like it makes my skin look fantastic. You can see it's really worn off here on my chin. It looks particularly terrible in through here. Just not good in general. Not a great makeup day. I don't feel like my best self, you know? While I was going through all the random boxes and containers here around my desk, I found some lippies that were sent in PR that I never tried. Oops. These are from Jane Iredale, and I have this one on right now, and I really like it, called Bellini. So this is a really pretty little lippy. I put it on a while ago when my lips were feeling dry instead of my Buxom. And this is feeling really nice and hydrating and creamy. So I did find something good on my desk that I wanted to try. I do have it in 3 shades here, so maybe I'll try that in an upcoming video. What other brands are you guys interested in? What foundations are on your radar? What makeup are you curious about? Well, we didn't find too much great makeup today. Perhaps a blush. I really like this Laura Geller blush. I really like the eyeshadow palette. I really like this lippy that I'm wearing now. So I guess that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and give the video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate you watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.